What is the worst gift you've ever received for your birthday?
My husband died, and due to the logistics of everything, his funeral was on my birthday. Pretty crappy present to say the least.
I was buying $5 CD I wanted on my B-day. My ex said he hadn't gotten me a gift yet, so he said he'd just buy it for my gift. About a week later I was buying groceries, and a $5 bill was in my change, and he is eyeing it. He tells me, "Hey, you never paid me back for the CD I got you for your birthday." So, I gave him the money for it.
Everyone forgetting that my birthday happened despite the fact that I'm a twin, but everyone remembered my twin's birthday instead of mine.
A birthday cake that I was then asked to pay for. I don't eat cake.
My uncle and aunt gave me a broken toy car when I was like 5. They let my cousin play with it before it was my birthday and he broke it.
Last year for Christmas I got a half-eaten meat basket from my in-laws. The summer sausage was cut in half and wrapped with plastic wrap, and the cheese spread had been opened.
An anti-aging cream. Would be cool if I wasn't 9 years old. Opened it and it was obvious it was used before, also had a hair in it. Mom put it in trash immediately.
I was an overweight teen and my aunt got me a scale for my 15th birthday.
My uncle gave me an Xbox Live points card for my birthday. When I went to redeem it, it said card not activated. This happened 2 years in a row until my mom told him about it.
My dad's side of the family used to give my siblings and me entire Costco-sized packs of corn muffin mix for our birthdays, Christmas. Always corn muffin, never any other kind. Like, we would unwrap the present and it would be 10 boxes of corn muffin mix. I can't offer you more context because they're literally isn't. It was always a mystery. My parents used to fight about it, lol.
Not really a gift, per se. All I asked for was that my mom and sister not antagonize one another during my birthday dinner over something stupid. I wound up leaving for an hour before either of them noticed I'd left.
My asshole Mill gave me her used bathrobe. I don't know how one could possibly say beep you more eloquently without words than that. Still stuns me 20 plus years later.
Nothing. No card, no gift, not even a happy birthday. My mom asked me a few days later what I had been up to. I said, "Oh, nothing much, just turned 30 on the 7th. Never seen her get so quiet."
My boyfriend broke up with me. When I started crying and mentioned how it was a beep gift, he said, "Oh beep, I forgot it's your birthday."
It was the worst but also the most thoughtful. This was the 90s and skateboarding was going popular again. My dad has always thought bigger is better, so he got me some monster truck wheels on a cheap deck. At first I was upset, but I realized he was just trying his best to understand my interests.
I have a few. I was taken to a steakhouse for my birthday one year. They all knew I was a vegetarian, but my family all wanted steak. I had complimentary bread and coleslaw for my birthday that year. I planned a big party when I was 16, almost everyone I invited said yes, then no one showed up. An ex-BF and I had planned a weekend getaway for my 30th at a fancy hotel. We were supposed to meet there. He never showed. He claimed he'd been called into work, but I think he was cheating on me. I ended up getting sick, food poisoning maybe, had to beg the front desk to bring me some bread in the middle of the night. I checked out at dawn to drive myself 2 hours to home. I loved celebrating my birthday as a kid, but now I actively ignore it.
Nothing. As in, nobody remembered it. No gift, no card, no phone call, nothing. At least I had a cute kitty to cuddle up with. But yeah, that was a sorta sucky year.
A day at an amusement park where my father explicitly went out of his way to make it excruciatingly clear that we were not there for my birthday. I was 8.
The year my husband invited friends over for my birthday, so I got to make my own birthday cake, along with dinner for 8 people, and received no gifts.
On her 21st birthday, my sister received a very nice handgun from our dad. Murica. I like guns a lot, so I was excited when my 21st birthday came around. Y'all, my dad gave me 2 pair of pleat front khakis. The kind that make you look like you're wearing a diaper under them. To top it off, they were a size too small.
One year my uncle got me batteries, with a note that said toy not included. Another year he wrote I owe you on a piece of paper.
When I was a kid, my dad gave me the money I got for Christmas on my birthday. Christmas, I got money. Birthday, I was allowed to spend it.
Last birthday I lived with my family, they all went out to eat without me lol.
Finally, I get to share one of the most frustrating memories to date. Conflict, Vietnam on the classic Xbox console. The game itself is not the problem, receiving it was. I have this sister, a totally self-righteous woman who decides the morals for everyone in the family. Since I was 17 and the game was rated M, which meant it was an R-rated game in her book, it was determined I could open the gift, but I could not keep it. Despite, me being old enough to buy an M-rated game or see an R-rated movie on my own. So, I opened the game, one I wanted, and then I'm told by my own mother we are going to have to return it. My mother, bless her heart, wanted me to still have things to open on my birthday, and it seemed like a good compromise, since we all win. I am 33 tomorrow, so who knows? Maybe my gifts tomorrow will be the worst? I asked for absolutely nothing, by the way.
I got a tube sock filled with nickels and hard candy from a purse.
A box of chocolates with some eaten from the box. My aunt thought they were for the house, but the person gifting it gave them to me anyway. Same birthday, my mother gave me a file folder with pictures she cut out of a catalog with notes like, "I know you like these, maybe one day you'll get them." Bizarre, to say the very least.
A keychain in the shape of Texas with the name and phone number of a random traffic lawyer. I've never been to Texas or expressed interest in the state, and I didn't know the lawyer.
Gift card for a steakhouse. I'm a vegetarian.
My dad gave me a copy of the book, I Hate Myself and Want to Die, the 52 most depressing songs you've ever heard. He is unaware of my ongoing mental health problems, including a previous suicide attempt. Edit. Thank you so much for the awards. I also want to clarify that I'm significantly better now than I was. Much like a dodgy knee, my mental health will probably always be something I need to put effort into. Some days I will need the brain equivalent of a knee brace, some days painkillers, and some days a wheelchair. But there is never a day that I'm not glad my attempt failed.
I had just worked off the baby weight and was finally down to a small again. My mom, who loves to take digs at my weight, bought me a bunch of tent-like drape-y clothes in large.
On my 13th birthday, my parents asked if I wanted to have a friend over. I didn't have any friends, so I called the one person I could think of, my former best friend who had begun being a total asshole to me, and sure enough he didn't want to do anything. So my dad and I went to my cousin's football game that night. As we were going in, the mayor of our town was there shaking people's hands as they went in through the gate. He shook my dad's hand, and then when I reached to shake his hand he literally put his hand on my back and shoved me forward so he could shake the hand of the guy behind me. Then it started to rain, and they ended up having to cancel the game because there were recorded lightning strikes in the area. As we were walking through the parking lot to leave, a big truck revved through a puddle right beside us and complete covered us with muddy water. Most memorable birthday ever.
Finding out that my extended family was well aware my whole life of the abuse I suffered, but felt that it wasn't their place to interfere in private family business. That was the beginning of the end of my relationship with my aunts, uncles, and cousins.
Gift card to a game store that went out of business 2 days before my birthday.
An illegal turtle. And I mean literally just a turtle. He said, "Open your hands," and then dropped a tiny turtle into my hands. I had to buy a tank and food and a heating lamp. It cost quite a bit.
My dad threatened to kill himself when I turned 21 earlier this year.
These are not so bad, but I remember them because they made me confused. When I was 10, my grandma gave me a plain white towel. I wasn't good at hiding my disappointment, so my mom made me apologize and pretend that I loved it. There was no way that I could tell it apart from all the other plain white towels we had. One birthday my mom gave me 2 dresses without a receipt. One was size XL, one was size XS. My size is M. I didn't ask her what she was thinking.
On my 29th birthday, my ex broke up with me.
A wooden cock.
May your day be filled with joy and happiness. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe for more quality content every day.